Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Alperen Sengun.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Here's the starting group for Houston. We've got Amen Thompson, Alperen Sengun out there with Durant, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Van Vliet in at the point. And for Memphis, we've got Edey. Morant is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and there's Jackson, and it's Jackson in a power forward. Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
Now, here's Sengun, coming off a stellar performance against Boston. And Adams gets to Durant. And that one, good.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Morant passes to Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Jackson. Here's Edey. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now, here's Sengun. Adams sets the pick for Durant. Over Jackson. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Obviously, the defense has its eyes on Durant with the ball, so he cleverly uses the pick and roll to create some space.
Now here's Morant. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. This one for 3. The Rockets pull it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
The wide open look for Durant. Sinks the triple. KD's got 7.
And the offense, 3 or 4, a solid start for this game.
Van Vliet against Morant. Pass to Jackson. The 3. The rebound by Steven Adams.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Here's Van Vliet. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Durant, no good. Memphis is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
Here's Adams, following the basket by Ja Morant. Durant with a screen on Morant. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Edey. Memphis moving it around. Caldwell-Pope against Thompson. On the wing, Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drops one in from the wing. And that ties it up.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And here is Sengun. Now here's Van Vliet. Last time out he had 14 points. Another miss by Houston.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Outside Jackson. Right block shot. Jackson misses.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against New York.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And a great time to check out the power rankings, see how the teams are stacking up across the league. You look at the Rockets. They're in a bit of a holding pattern, hoping to take that next leap.
And looking at Memphis, they've come out with a vengeance. I don't care what anyone said about them or their chances to start the year. Now let's see if they can maintain this momentum.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. 5 to shoot. Fades. And he can't bank that one in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Jackson misses.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Another miss by Houston. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Morant with the bucket.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Rockets trail. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. I asked him about his team's plan and trying to contain Kevin Durant. He said, I don't think you can contain Kevin Durant. Our focus is trying to have him take tough shots and hope he misses most of them. We'll see if they can put any pressure on KD tonight, guys.
Thanks, David. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
The first free throw is good.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Jackson passes to Anthony, and Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Anthony. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kevin Durant. And Clark, Cole Anthony is some kind of scorer when he gets hot.
Yeah, he's really special when he gets it going. He can beat you by himself. That's how good he is. He's a little mercurial, up and down, volatile a bit. But I tell you what, I like what he gives you when he's playing at his best.
And he makes the first. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Morant against Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. Over Jackson. Şengün with the bucket.
At home in the paint, Alperen Şengün has great footwork.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Morant surveying the D. Here's Edey. Adams defending. Anthony against Durant. Shot clock at 5. It's rebounded by Houston. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Van Vliet against Morant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The explosiveness on the drive. Morant just attacks the D with aggression.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
The first one falls.
Already an MVP caliber talent, Morant is all about continuing to get better, as well as competing for titles.
Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for the Rockets. Both free throws good from Morant. Rockets trail by 3. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Morant. First in assists, 9th in scoring. And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. Leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. Here's Eason. He had a big outing in that Celtics game as well.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Anthony's got the ball here for Memphis. They set the pick. Pass to Edey. Durant with the steal. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's his first foul. Smith finds KD. Van Vliet on the wing. Guarded by Morant. Shot by Eason. No good. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Jackson passes to Anthony. Here's Morant. Caldwell Pope outside. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
Van Vliet looking around. To the middle. Here's Smith. Rebounded by Jackson.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Here's Morant. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. And so here is Houston. Adams outside. Pass to Eason. KD with it. Eason with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. VanVleet's a strong finisher for his size.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Wells comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Pippen subbed in for John Morant. Here's Anthony. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. Pass to Wells. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Stolen by VanVleet. And here we go. Fast break. VanVleet's got it. Smith outside. The three from KD. They get the rebound. Adams goes up again. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And a little contact like that won't slow Adams down. This is a guy who loves the contact and able to finish easily on that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the strike.
Free throw good, Adams. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, "I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me." Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, DA. Thank you. For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. VanVleet can't get it to go. Memphis trailing here. Outside Pippen. Jackson dishes to Pippen. Back to Jackson. Anthony in the corner. Up top, Pippen. The Grizzlies with another miss. Got a piece of it. The Rockets shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Durant, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pippen kicks to Anthony. Jackson in the corner. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And here's KD for 3. VanVleet with the bucket.
You can't play off of VanVleet too much because he'll burn you off the catch and shoot.
Now Anthony. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Now here's Anthony. Jackson in the corner. The putback. It's rebounded by Houston. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Eason. Pass to Smith. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Turning on the afterburners on the drive. Good to see Anthony using his athleticism in these situations.
Houston leading by 5. Pass to Smith. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Some solid defense there from Jackson. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Anthony against Durant. Here's Wells. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
A solid facilitator. Anthony using that inherited, or DNA, if you will, instinct for passing.
Durant deciding where to go with it. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Guys, it's been all about Fred VanVleet for the Houston Rockets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard, and those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
And yeah, how about this team also following up their shots, getting those offensive boards, also a key for their success.
Hey, Clark, no one covers the college game like you, and for new pros, what are the biggest challenges adjusting to life in the NBA and the play itself?
Speed and size, Kevin. I mean, that's where it really starts. You've got to be in great condition, but the speed and size of the players at the NBA level is unlike any other basketball you play. Everybody in the NBA is big and athletic, and things are just played and done at a much faster pace.
They've got Pippen. Brandon Clark is out there with Jackson. Then there's Cole Anthony. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Aaron Holiday is checked in for the Rockets. Rockets leading by 3. Here's Shepard. And the rejection by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
And it's Anthony with the ball for the Grizzlies. Pippen outside. Anthony sets the pick for Pippen. Driving in. And a quick look at how the Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that matchup with the Thunder, I think this squad has the confidence that they can play to their strengths against them. And even though they're going after the #1 team right now in our league, they feel they can get the W.
Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Şengün. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. He doesn't get the second one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Doubled by Smith. Clark, the pass to Pippen. Drills the three-pointer.
And, guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Here's Shepard, covered by Anthony. Shepard with the ball. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Shepard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Great Kentucky native Reed Shepard followed in his dad's footsteps and stayed local for his college year.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
And so here is Houston after Memphis gets the 3. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebounded by Anthony. Memphis has gone 5-9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Kept moving and found an opening, staying active. Anthony grinding for that bucket in tight.
To the inside. Here's Eason. Capella and the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game. Houston making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Now, here's Wells. Guarded closely. 4 on the clock. Anthony, the pass to Pippen. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now a 3-point Grizzly lead.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Pippen against Van Vliet. Can they get it? Plays it up and banks it in. Van Vliet's got 11.
Great work by Van Vliet. So good at carving out space on the interior.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Some changes for Memphis. Santi Aldama's checked in for Clark, and it's Bagley in for Jackson. Memphis leading. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Anthony drives in. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
A little extra motivation to finish from Anthony after he was bumped on his way in.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. For 3, Van Vliet. Aldama with the rebound. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Pippen kicks to Wells. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Wells has got the lead up to 6 now for the Grizzlies. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Rockets. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Out to Smith. Plenty of space. That one, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Anthony against Thompson. Bagley with a screen on Thompson. To the paint. It's taken away by Smith. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And Thompson slams it home.
He's so excitable on the floor. You see the kinds of things Smith is capable of doing when he's out there.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And here's Pippen. Wells in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets trail by 4. Here's Eason. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Putting that ball in the hands of a guy ready to attack. Quality feed by Fred VanVleet.
The Rockets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
The Rockets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And that one misses. Memphis has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. Number 1, Amen Thompson.
And he is not a wasteful player. That much we've learned. I mean, he makes the most of the good looks he gets. And if it's not there, he's not going to force a bad shot.
Yeah, and he's efficient and he's intelligent in his shot selection. You're exactly right there, but don't take away from the fact that he's a tremendous pure shooter as well. Even when he's got a hand right in his face, I mean, he makes tough shots.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
And when it comes to efficiency, Anthony's strongest suit is at the line.
VanVleet outside. Now Eason. He's got 5. Smith kicks to Thompson. VanVleet against Pippen. Tries the spin move. Second chance shot. VanVleet can't get it to go.
I tell you what, the spin move did more than just confuse the D. Looked like he's a little woozy on that off-balance attempt.
And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Now here's VanVleet. He's got 11. Pass to Smith. Back to VanVleet. Here's Eason. Thompson outside. Just 5 to shoot. KD a screen on Anthony. Jacks up a 3. The shot by Thompson, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Outside, Bagley. Wells in the corner. And it's Durant with the rebound. Rockets trail by 6. Smith with it, picked up by Bagley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Smith. He's averaging 11 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. You can't understate his impact on the backboards.
Right. I mean, that's where he's one of the best in the business. Hard to outfight him on the glass.
And the first one at the line is good.
A darn good free throw shooter. Smith doesn't seem to have a weak spot coming into the league.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edey's checked in for Santi Aldama. Jaren Jackson comes in for Marvin Bagley. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Morant in for Pippen. Smith hits them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points, and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Took him no time at all on that one. Wells has got 8 points here in this quarter.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter.
Van Vliet passes to Smith. Thompson in the corner. And here's KD for 3. The three-pointer is right on target. KD's got 10.
Poetry in motion. Such a smooth stroke. You assume when Durant lets it go, that three ball's going down.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, with the Grizzlies' injuries last season, there was a lot put on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s plate. Coach Taylor Jenkins says he loves the challenge and the growth opportunity. Jackson said, you always work on everything. You work on your game because you love it. And if you get a chance to use it, great. Kevin, back to you.
And he's always working on his game. All right, David, we thank you for that report. Morant with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York. And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
Now here is Smith. 9-point game his last outing. That puts them in the lead. And the Rockets lead by 1.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
And here are the Grizzlies now. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. And a change for the Rockets. Capella's checked in. Caldwell Pope against Thompson. Inside. And Smith with the stuff.
And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now beasting.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Outside for Jackson. And another miss by Memphis.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot. And the team is struggling because of it.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. Down low, trying to end the drought. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Jabari Smith picks one up.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws the foul.
And the first one drops.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Adams, he's checked in for Capella. And Tari Eason subbed in for Jabari Smith. He's perfect from the line this time.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Pass to KD. No good with the triple. For Memphis, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Morant passes to Caldwell Pope. Shoots a fader, and the basket by Jackson.
And for a big man, Jackson has a sound jump shot. Perfect for the modern NBA.
Houston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Thompson with it. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Adams dishes to Thompson. Outside, KD. Lock at 6. Grizzlies with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Now Morant. After the missed 3 from KD. Jackson finds Caldwell Pope. Now Morant, covered by Van Vliet. Jackson passes to Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. There's a minute left in the first half. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Van Vliet. Will it go? And it's rebounded by Morant. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And going up strong inside demonstrates confidence. Morant not afraid to get physical.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them. He's had trouble putting up the same numbers from the foul line that he put up last season.
That's good from Morant.
And not the same rhythm or approach that he had in the first quarter when he was taking it straight to the teeth of the D and really creating contact. Like to see him get back to that here in this quarter.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tari Eason. Both free throws good from Morant. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thompson against Caldwell Pope. Charity stripe shot. This one for 3. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Finney-Smith.
Finney-Smith a threat both under the basket and way out beyond the arc. He's got great range.
Morant finds Jackson. No good from 18. And here is Van Vliet. Morant with the steal. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Memphis out in front, up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. KD, moments of frustration for you early. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I missed a lot of shots. I'm just trying to be aggressive. I'm missing wide open threes and some shots I normally hit, so I just got to continue to keep being aggressive. My teammates looking for me. We got to do a better job on defense again.
Hey, man, I'm sure those shots will start to fall in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Greetings. First off, some updates for you as we take a look at our all-star voting totals.
Man, we've talked about it so much, hard to believe we're almost an all-star weekend.
I'm interested to see which new faces make it this year. This first all-star game for a player really memorable. And we now take a look at the Houston Rockets and the close first half they've played.
Playing for one another. The phrase gets overused, but tonight it's right.
Hey, we should try a harmony.
Let's do it.
Playing for one another.
That phrase is overused. Kenny, get on beat.
But tonight, it's right.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 4. And so in the game for the Rockets, we've got Alperen Şengün. Thompson is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Durant, and it's Adams, and at the 5. Here's Thompson, and the rejection by Jackson. Fast break Memphis. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. Good D by Thompson. Rockets trail by 4. VanVleet with it. He's picked up by Morant. VanVleet passes to Thompson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Caldwell Pope.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
And he knocks down the first one.
Hey, when you look at Thompson, his physical attributes jump out at you right away. I mean, he is a freak athlete with tremendous upside.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Over Şengün. Jackson misses. The Rockets shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Durant for 3. They get it back. Şengün no good.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Jackson a screen on VanVleet. Pass to Edey, to the paint. Fades away. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Here's Durant. The powerful flush by Durant.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
And let's look now at some numbers for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And always nice to have a guy like him who can really defend at a high level coming off the bench.
You know, when you can sub in a lockdown defender, that's a major plus.
The Grizzlies have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Pass to Jackson. Over Şengün. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Jackson's got 6 points.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Rockets trail by 3. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Şengün with the screen for Thompson. Stolen by Jackson. And stolen by Thompson. Here's Van Vliet. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 13 points in the game.
Here we go again. Van Vliet cooking and looking to shoot as much as he can.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Throughout his career, Clark, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense.
Now, here's Adams. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Şengün. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. The Grizzlies have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. Jackson gets the bucket.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Here's Van Vliet. He's got 13. Pass to Şengün. Thompson outside. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell-Pope. And Thompson kicks to Şengün. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Caldwell-Pope passes to Jackson. Jackson, a screen on Van Vliet. Grant. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
They get it again. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. Adams has got 5 now.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
Morant against Van Vliet. And there it is for him. He's got 15.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Rockets. Pass to Adams. Now Thompson. Going inside. It's tipped. There's the triple. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists in the game. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Jackson from long range. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Caldwell-Pope against Thompson. Adams with the screen on Caldwell-Pope. And Adams with the slam.
And that play is tailor-made for Adams. And not many guys set a better screen and then the quick roll off it to get the finish.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Morant. Great D that time from Van Vliet. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Pass to Thompson. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
The Rockets trail. And we got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. Anthony's checked in for Memphis. Pippen comes in for John Morant. Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Van Vliet outside. Cranes the three-pointer. Van Vliet's got 16.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Jackson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Anthony against KD. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Eason. 5 on the clock. Şengün with the screen for Eason. Off target from three-point range. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Got that one up quick. 11 points in the game.
And great from deep. Jackson, no issues hitting the mid-range either. Another big who has range in the new NBA.
Now here's Adams. He has 7. Pass to Eason. Here's Van Vliet. Grizzlies with the rebound. Anthony left side. To the middle. Jackson kicks to Anthony. Here's Pippen. Left side Jackson. And it's blocked. Eason gets a wide open look. And Pippen pulls it down. Memphis leading. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Excellent D by Van Vliet. You know, he gets lower than the guy he's defending, and that gives him leverage for the contest.
Pass to KD. And some nice passing there by Houston. And it's Memphis on the break. Pippen with a wide open look. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Pippen's got 7 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Memphis.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And another thing, guys, they've dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
And the shot is good.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
Memphis has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Pass to Edey. Back to Pippen. To the inside. Here's Anthony. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. a wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's right around 29 points a night, 9 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
That free throw good from Anthony. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark comes in for Edey, and Wells is subbed in for G.G. Jackson. And Anthony drops them both. Rockets trail by 4. Now Durant. 12 points for him. To the paint. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. The layup off target. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting around 40% in the third. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Anthony against KD. Outside for Jackson. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. For the Rockets, Smith comes in for Adams. And Shepard subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Here's Shepard. He has 6. Pass to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Şengün. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Clark. Pippen against KD. Jackson setting the pick here for Anthony. Jackson with it. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Fires the 3. And it's Durant missing.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Pass to Pippen. Anthony looking it over. Clark outside. Here's Pippen. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 8 rebounds in this game. Durant with it. Now Anthony defending. Chalk up 2 there. KD's got 14 points for the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
1:02 left here in the third quarter. Anthony, the pass to Pippen. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. Second, the Grizzlies.
These guys have been spacing the floor, spreading out the defense, and getting the three-point shots they want as opposed to settling for bad ones.
Bagley, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And a switch here also for Houston. Thompson's checked in. Pass to Şengün. Here's Shepard. Driving to the basket. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Şengün's got his 3rd assist on the night. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pippen outside. Outside, Bagley. The Grizzlies with another miss. Down low, here's Smith. And he comes up with the deuce. 8 points for him.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here's Anthony. Can't connect from 13 feet out. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Rockets lead by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Brandon Clark is out there with Bagley. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Pippen. And it's Wells in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Now here is Smith. Connects from 3-point range.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Now here's Anthony. Outside Pippen. Anthony with the screen on Van Vliet. And it's Clark in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Clark's got his first 3 points of the game.
Man, if Clark ever hits that shot with consistency, watch out. That's a game changer.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Rockets. Here's Thompson.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Anthony trying to get open as Pippen. And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Good on the bucket. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And Thompson gets it to go. And the Rockets lead by 4. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. Rockets leading by 3. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Releases from 15. Pass to Eason. Out to Smith. Launches a 3. Bagley with the rebound. The Grizzlies shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Anthony, the pass to Pippen. A three-pointer off the mark.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Clark against Thompson. Smith with the basket on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 7th assist in the game. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Clark outside. Back to Pippen. Shot clock at 6. Mark against Capella. The Grizzlies with another miss. Houston leading by 5. Pass to Van Vliet. Eason with it. Thompson outside. Now here's Capella. He's covered by Clark. Capella with the bucket.
Capella's such a good roller after setting the screen. It's hard to defend him in the screen and roll.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And it's Bagley in the corner. Here's Wells. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He knows every possession is critical now. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jock Landale's checked in for Brandon Clark. And it's Morant in for Pippen. And a switch here also for Houston. Adams, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thank you, David.
An NBA champion and all-star. Fred VanVleet's a guy every team wants because he's fun to play with and he plays the game the right way and with passion.
Şengün's checked in for Houston. Kevin Durant comes in for Tari Eason. Now here's Van Vliet. Adams outside. 11 feet away. Out to the right wing. Tries again. Şengün, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
High effort play by Morant. He refuses to let the foul stop him from getting the shot up.
First one falls for him. Shepard's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Both free throws good from Morant. And KD's got the ball here for the Houston Rockets. 4-point game. Adams dishes to Thompson. It's tipped. They get it back. Here's Durant. Using his length inside. Durant.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Morant with it. Pass to Landale. Back to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. And that one drops. Morant's got 9 points here in the second half.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
Up top, Adams. Defended by Bagley. And Adams kicks to Thompson. And he drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup. Thompson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Anthony. The Rockets making the shot. Pass to Bagley. Over to the wing. And here is Wells. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün. He's off on the first. Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Good on the second free throw. Now Kevin Durant. No good that time. Great D that time from Bagley. Lets the three fly. It's deflected. Here's Eason. Pass to Şengün. Three-pointer. That shot off the mark.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Rockets leading by 3. Outside, KD. Kevin Durant, bullseye, money on the 3.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Morant outside. Pass to Wells. It's stolen by Eason. It's stolen by Bagley. Here's Morant. Out to Anthony. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edey's checked in for Bagley. Jackson comes in for Jock Landale. Jackson, he's checked in for Wells. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Cole Anthony. And a change for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Tari Eason. Shepard with a screen for Şengün. VanVleet on the wing. The Rockets with another miss.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Morant finds Jackson. Just 4 to shoot.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
First free throw is good. And the Rockets making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And so Jackson nails both of them. And it's VanVleet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They lead by 4. Adams, the pass to Şengün. Inside. And some nice passing there by Houston. VanVleet on the wing. Morant with the steal. It's stolen by Adams. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Rockets leading by 5. VanVleet on the wing. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. It's Durant on the wing. Over Jackson. Another miss by Houston. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Pass to Caldwell Pope. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
It's a good sight to see Thompson being aggressive, taking it to the defense and getting the foul as a result.
That free throw good from Thompson. That one misses.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Houston leading by 3. And Thompson kicks to Şengün. To the middle. Here's KD. The putback. Nice follow-up by KD. Boy, he is really relentless.
No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 16th rebound on the night. Thompson passes to Şengün. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Memphis has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. That 3 off the mark.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
For 3, Durant. Offensive rebound. Şengün banked in off the glass. And it's a 9-point Rocket lead.
That is what Şengün brings this team. The ability to turn misses into makes, doing the dirty work down low.
And he makes that one. Morant's got 29 in the game.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Morant against Van Vliet. From deep. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Grizzlies shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Lays it up off the glass. Now just a 5-point Houston lead.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101. But boy, is it working.
Durant, good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there. Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Now here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. Şengün with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Here's Thompson. Here's Şengün. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Caldwell Pope against Thompson. Caldwell Pope dishes to Jackson. No good on the triple. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote. They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up, W in the bag.
Morant with the bucket. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
12 seconds left in the game. Morant with the steal. Hits it from three-point range. So we see the Rockets get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you very much. KD, a great individual performance for you. Game looked easy for you out there.
Well, my teammates, you know, they played so well tonight, you know, setting everybody up. And I knew it was winning time, so I just tried to be aggressive.
And that aggressiveness led to another win, man. Appreciate your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Amen Thompson.